Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So today I'm incredibly excited to share another special video involving my grandpa. I'm visiting my grandparents right now and I just absolutely couldn't miss this opportunity. In case you've missed my previous two videos with him, so far my grandpa has guessed Wings of Fire character names and ship names. But this time around, we're doing something different. Here he's going to be creating his own Wings of Fire OC. I'll be telling him about the tribes and he'll craft a character. By the end of the video, you'll see some art made by my friend Bush and get my grandpa's reaction to his Wings of Fire dragon brought to life. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. Dog1195, 3 Moons, Slightest Wild, and Fizz. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so here is my grandpa. Say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Some of you might know him as Grandpador.
Of course, the invincible Grandpador.
So here he is. He's going to create his own Wings of Fire character. I have all the tribes all presented, given him a little rundown, and I'm going to go over everything again about all the different tribes, and he'll pick which one he wants his character to be from. So first up we have the Mudwings. They live in the swamps. They have very thick scales. They're incredibly powerful dragons. They have a good bond with their siblings. They live in these sort of mud houses.
I love Mudwings. They look really awesome. I really like this, quite frankly.
And then next up we have the Sea Wings. They can live underwater or in land on their different palaces. They're really great swimmers. They can speak this kind of secret language called aquatic with their bioluminescent scales when they flash them. They have big powerful tails that can create tidal waves. They are super cool and quite artistic.
I bet they can actually create a major tsunami if they really wanted to. They're very impressive. I like the way they do their scales and communicate through their scales.
So here we have the Rainwings, which are powerful, honestly. They can change their scale color, and they can turn invisible to blend in with their environment, and they have a corroding venom they can shoot from their fangs.
This one's real impressive. The fact that they are almost like a chameleon in their own way, but obviously they go even beyond that by becoming invisible. Very impressive, very impressive.
Yeah, they're like chameleons, and they live in the rainforest where there's tons of fruit and food. Here are the Nightwings with their darker colored scales. They can kind of blend into the night. They have super cool star patterns on their wings. They look incredibly cool. Some of them can have foresight powers and see the future. Others can be mind readers. There's so many cool abilities, and they've lived on a volcanic island before. Some of them now live in the rainforest, and they've lived in a super cool palace called the Lost Kingdom of Night.
Well, I gotta tell you, first off, I'm afraid of the night, and darkness scares me, so this creature actually even makes it much more impressive for me. Literally, this creature, Nightwing, scares the bonuccis out of me.
Yeah, I mean, they could be pretty terrifying. Some of the worst villains in the series, like Darkstalker, have been Nightwings. Here we have these Sandwings, or the desert dragons. They live in the desert, sometimes near oases, and they have their own little small towns and villages. They have a poisonous tail barb at the bottom of their tail that can literally kill different animals and wound dragons. And they're really sneaky and strong, and they're a lot to mess with.
You know, I can relate to this particular Sandwing for a lot of reasons, and one primarily is I live in the desert, and so I know what tarantulas and all of them creatures are like, and this guy is even much more impressive than any other creature so far that I've seen.
I bet the Sandwings would love where we are now, and they can survive really well in hot temperatures. Here we have an Icewing. These dragons are super cool. They live out in the Arctic tundra, basically like our version of Antarctica, pretty much. They have really sharp spikes on their bodies, and they can emit a really damaging frost breath from their mouth.
You know, very impressive Icewing here. But unbelievable. Scares me, and they're so frosty and cold. I just don't know how they would do in my desert area. We would probably melt them. Sorry, Icewing. Not sure about you.
They would not do well. Next we have these Skywings who live up in the mountains. They love getting to big heights. They have super big wings which allow them to fly great distances and go really fast. And they can breathe fire.
This Skywing is so impressive. and it, as big as the wings are, as awesome as it is, I could see this creature flying around the world and into outer space. He is so impressive.
Next up here we have the Pantolan tribes, which live on another continent. Here is a silkwing. They have the special ability to get silk from out of their wrists. They're excellent climbers, and they have antennae that can literally help predict the weather.
You know, this particular creature is too nice. It's too beautiful. It's just, I can't imagine it being mean or vicious. I just think it's just a loving creature.
Yeah, they really are. They're a super peaceful tribe, and they grow their forewings later on in life. Next, we had the hive wings, which can be pretty menacing. They also live in these different hive structures with the silk wings. They live together. Some of them have different powers. They have several wings, and they can like emit a terrible stench, or some have these special stingers that can release paralyzing toxins. They are pretty dangerous.
Yeah, this hive wing reminds me of a monster wasp type creature, and wasps are very dangerous, and you have to be very careful because they can sting you and sting you and sting you and hurt you very badly. And this creature, I think, can do the same thing.
Yeah, their evil queen is named Wasp.
Oh, wow.
And lastly, we have a leafwing. They live in an incredibly dangerous poison jungle. They're a lot to mess with. They have these huge leaf-like wings. They can get energy from the sun, and some of them have a power called leaf speak, where they can communicate and help control plants.
You know, this particular creature, leafwing, kind of reminds me of a dangerous snake that's in the jungle a lot of times, and it's green and it blends into the forest. And this creature looks like it could do the same exact thing, blend in and attack you without you even realizing it's there.
Yeah, some of them can be incredibly vicious. Alright, so now my grandpa's gotten to know all the different Wings of Fire tribes, and he can pick which tribe or tribes he wants his dragon to be. So we'll start off with what tribe or tribes are you thinking about?
I'm really thinking about a hybrid between the mudwing and the sandwing. And I can't tell you why, except they intrigue me, and a combination of them could be awesome, unbelievably powerful.
Yeah, so a mud-sand hybrid would be really awesome. So, do you want the character to be a boy or girl?
Oh, wow. I hadn't given that thought, but I think I would like it to be a girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think girls can be much more vicious than guys sometimes.
So, mudwing scales can usually be like different shades of brown and tan, and sandwing scales can be different shades of yellow and brown and tan as well. So, what kind of color scheme are you thinking about for the dragon?
I would think a brown and tan color scheme. That's what I like. I like a brown and tan color scheme.
And what kind of eyes do you think?
Oh, I would like to see fluorescent green eyes.
That'd be really awesome.
Thank you. I just think that as they stare at you, that the fluorescent green would come at you and mesmerize you.
What kind of personality do you think of when you think of your dragon, your mud sand hybrid?
I want to think that they're kind of slippery in one sense, but they blend into the ground and the earth, so that you don't even realize they're there until they come out of the earth, whatever environment they're in. And that could surprise so many people and creatures. They would be terrifying because they could come out of the earth in whatever conditions there are.
Yeah. What kind of color or shape do you think the horns and tail would be? What kind of look for that?
Well, the horns would probably be fairly high, long, because if their body is underneath the earth, then the horns can just be barely above the earth, so they could do that. And the tails would be almost be kind of like a fish's tail, because they probably could swim underneath the earth, whether it's in sand or mud. And so it'd be like a fin type thing.
So the Sandwings don't have any special abilities, except a few have had animus magic, but the Mudwings, some of them can be born from blood red eggs, which allow them to be invulnerable to fire with their scales. Would you want your dragon to be like this, or full on head into battle, no cares?
No, I like what you just said. I like the fact that they're impervious to fire, and yeah, I like that whole thing and what the Mudwing is about.
All right, so a hybrid that's from a blood red egg. That's really interesting. So anything else you'd have to say about your character?
I would like to say that these creatures are almost impossible to defeat because of what they are and who they are. And I would like to think that they are very able to produce more of their creatures and rapidly and become so overpowering that no other creature could match them.
All right, awesome. So I have a friend named Bush who's going to be drawing your character, and I'll send this video off to her, and as soon as she finishes drawing it, we'll come back here and I'll show his reaction to his Wings of Fire dragon brought to life. Alright, so it is the next day, and my friend has finished the artwork that was commissioned, and it looks absolutely amazing. Only my brother and I have seen it. My grandpa has not seen it. I have my computer right here. We're gonna get his reaction. There's a reference sheet and then a scene piece, and it just looks amazing. And let's see the character he created.
Oh, wow! That's fantastic! Oh my God, that's perfect! Wow, I'm excited! Oh, that's the best creature I could ever find. Tarantula, that would be exactly what I would... Oh, I'm with speechless. I don't know what to say. 𝙒𝙬𝙁𝙁!
So I forgot to have him name the dragon, but my friend remembered that he mentioned tarantulas before, and it worked out perfectly. Even the tail is exactly how you described, like a fish.
I love that. I just love it. Everything is just perfect. It brings all of the elements in of the mud and the sand. Oh my gosh, he's just a great, beautiful creature. I love him.
And then here we have the scene piece.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is unbelievable. No other winged creature can beat this guy. That's me at my best. Undefeatable. Just totally undefeatable. Yeah. Fantastic.
She's up against a skywing, and remember, she's hatched from a blood red
egg. Yeah.
So her skills are immune to fire, and she's super strong, and he said no one could beat her.
Yeah. Wow. Great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Just the lighting and everything. It looks absolutely great. This is your Wings of Fire character.
I'm telling you, the best character. There's nothing better. There's no other creature better than this. This is me at the very best. Tarantula. Yes.
So these are both super, super awesome. And do you have anything you'd like to say before we wrap things up?
I want to just say thank you for creating this perfect model of what I thought it would be. I couldn't be more happier than what it is. Wow.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if you would ever like to do this with your family and what kind of characters you'd like to create.
I agree. Thank you so very, very much. Wow, I'm happy. I'm just speechless.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.